Hi, my name is Lauren Lockett. I chose to do debate number 5, which is whether or not states should be intervening in Myanmar to stop the genocide and bring back the democracy since the country is breaking international law. I chose to take the standpoint that the states in the international community should be intervening with Myanmar to stop this genocide and bring back democracy that was once part of Myanmar and needs to be reinstated 100% so that the country can stop breaking international law. To start, I want to just talk a little bit about the backstory of what's happening in Myanmar. Obviously, we should all know about what is going on in Myanmar, especially because of this semester. We've watched the documentary, we've read things about them, we've discussed them in discussion boards, everything like that. So Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, we all know that they have Aung San Suu Kyi. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. I'm very sorry if I'm butchering it, but I would like to refer to her as her name rather than like her title, everything like that. But we all know her as the face of hope for Myanmar. She was once thought of that. She was the new face of an amazing democracy movement that would bring peace to the country, and because of this she actually ended up winning a Nobel Peace Prize, which was very amazing for her at the time. In this past election, however, the military did accuse her of election fraud, and they decided to declare a state of emergency for a year long where the government would be run by the military, also known as Tatmadaw. And pretty much they would just be in charge of the government completely for a year, and then an election could happen afterwards, after this year-long coup. Pretty much what has happened with this is the military, the Tatmadaw, has created a government within the government, or even a government higher up than the actual government, which has created a lot of issues and a lot of protesting. Some people believe that their actual incentive behind this state of emergency where they take over the government is because they were afraid that the NLD was going to be changing parts of the constitution that give them 25% of the seats, blah, blah, blah. However, the military is very closed off and secretive in Myanmar, so it is hard to tell what their actual incentive was behind this and what their actual goal was with this state of emergency for the year. So with their power that they have now gained, a lot of really awful things are happening. Myanmar has pretty much completely lost all sense of democracy, and the military is doing very awful things to many people. A lot of it is being targeted to the Rohingya Muslims. The military is killing innocent people and children, raping women, burning down homes and villages. As we saw in one video, I believe it was part of the documentary, where it was the guy filming in a selfie manner, beating people, and that video got leaked and kind of helped raise attention and awareness of what is actually going on in Myanmar, because it was like one of the first video evidence proofs of what is going on. The UN and others, and I would agree with them, have described this as a genocide, because so many people are being killed. They're breaking so many international laws. Entire villages are being destroyed, which has displaced so many people, and especially the Rohingya Muslims. They have pushed over 800,000 Rohingya Muslims into Bangladesh because they have used the fear tactic to get them out, pretty much. And the worst part about all of this for a lot of people is that Aung San Suu Kyi is actually supporting the Tatmadaw's military operation. And in one video that I saw where it was like a conference, she states that she believes that genocidal intent is not the only it's impossible that can be the only hypothesis of what is actually going on with the military, and she is backing them up, which has created a lot of backlash against her and disappointed a lot of people. Obviously, just like every other country, there are people that are supporting the Tatmadaw. A lot of this is because they believe that the Tatmadaw is reinstating that Buddhism is very important to the country by pushing out the Rohingya Muslims. So obviously some people are going to be backing them up, which is pretty sad. But also on the other side, there are thousands and thousands of people protesting, causing so much noise, honking their horns for such extended periods of times, banging on pots and pans. And they've actually started doing a 3-finger salute, which actually reminds me of Hunger Games, which is besides the point. But anyways, it's an amazing protest movement that is going on there. It's the biggest protest that I believe the country has seen since 2007, which is crazy. But because of all of this, I really do believe that the international community needs to be intervening. Obviously, the military has stated that they will be in charge of the government for a year long. However, I do believe with enough pressure against them from the international community, along with the citizens that are protesting within the country, I believe that this amount of pressure could cause them to start, if they are going to be still in charge of the government, at least start to come back to the democratic ideals that were once instated in this country, and that they could once eventually return to a more democratic regime. And yeah, so thank you so much.